Hi there, this is Eden. I just wanted to walk you through my website. So here we go. When you type in edenlove.org, my website pops up and you can see on the left-hand side right here, the logo shows up. When you click on it, it takes you to the home page. Going from top to bottom, we have my logo that I made, and this takes you back to the home page whenever you were on any of the other tabs. If you scroll down, you get this picture of me. It says welcome, just as a good landing spot when you first open the page. And then as you scroll down, I made it so that the picture stays put and everything else around it moves. I forget what that's called, but I really like that feature. I feel like it adds a good touch. I have this little intro section with my name, a little bit about me over here, and then down here, these are like the 3 pillars of who I am, and then a picture to go with it. So this one right here is me on the water, since it talks about living at the beach and how that has really shaped who I am. This middle one is from my church, and it talks about my relationship with the Lord. And then over here, this is actually the photo that you land on for my other website, which I'll show you right now. Same thing as the one that I made for this class. The first thing you see is a big picture. So hopping back over here, that tells a little bit about my story, about my brand. And then you scroll down a little more, and this is a picture of my fiance and I with one of my favorite verses. And I feel like it really sums up who I am pretty well. And I think that also reflects the website, since the site is all about my work and the things that I've done. I know that I wouldn't be able to have done them if it weren't for the heavy reliance I have on the Lord. So I wanted that to be able to reflect it. Down here, you have the same tabs as what's on the header, just the different pages. So if you were to click on any of these, it does take you there as well. And then I'll show you clicking back on this, takes us back to the main page. So then down here is the logo again. If you were to click on that, it just brings you back to the top. And then down here is my little tagline. And this bottom chunk is on all of the pages. And then down here, I included hyperlinks. This one takes you to my other website for my store. This one takes you to my Pinterest. This one takes you to my Instagram. This takes you to my YouTube channel. And this actually prompts a new email to be sent to my Catch the Light, my brand email. So I'll just show you that they work. Takes you to the Catch the Light website. And then back. Click on this guy. It takes you to my Pinterest. These are all my boards. And then if you go back, click on my Instagram. It's taking a minute to load, but it takes you to my Instagram. And then last one, YouTube. And these are videos that I've done for other classes. This one, you can see in the bottom left corner, mail to catchthelight@gmail.com. I think if I click on it, it'll prompt a new tab, and I'm not sure if you'll be able to see that in the recording. But you are more than welcome to play around with any of these, obviously, and see that they do work. But just wanted to give you that quick little visual of the other ones. So I'm going to click on the logo again to bring us back to the top. You can also see between the logo and then the border of the text block, and then again down here in the tabs, that I tried to keep a cohesive color scheme. My main colors were the white, the black, this little blue color, and then there's a yellow and a pink as well. For this part right here, I did have to add cushioning so that I had a background. I made sure to play around with some of the wonder blocks to find the blocks that fit best for each page. And then I also figured out how to change the font size, change its appearance. So some of them you'll see is much thinner than others. For the welcome up here, I had to figure out how to move the text. It wanted to be right in the middle, and then it gave me a grid, and I chose one of them so that it would be over in the top right, so that it didn't block the picture, but you still had that big welcome. Okay, moving into the design work tab. This is a pretty good portfolio of the work that I've done for other companies. So when you open it, you first see where you can find my work. Again, I tried to stick with the same blues. So this border or this background right here is the same as the logo. This one is the same color in a slightly darker shade. And then the yellow lettering, I figured out how to add a new font. This is Railway in extra light. And again, the yellow staying on the theme. As you scroll down, you'll see the 4 different companies that I've worked with. Aztec Island Surf Shop, UNCW Surf Rider, Recon Surf Shop, and the Traveling Mermaid. As you scroll down, it shows you some of the specific pieces I've done with them. Just kind of giving you a better look. Some logos I've done, some stickers, some Instagram posts. And then when you get to the Recon part, I actually redid their entire website from scratch. So I included screenshots of the website so that it was as if you're on their site, but you don't even have to leave mine, just to give any future employers or future companies I would like to work with a better picture as to what I can do. So this is the homepage of the Recon site. I actually did this photo over here. I took the photo, I edited the photo, and then I did all of the hand lettering on top of it. I did all of the words over here. And then if you were to scroll down on the Recon website, this is what you would see. I implemented the featured products, took all of the photos. I imported all of the products one by one and all of their information, prices, all of that fun stuff. And then at the bottom of the welcome page on the Recon site is just the address. And then at the very bottom, I made sure to connect it with Shop through Shopify, which has been a really fun tool for me in my business as well. And then I figured out how to link the Facebook and Instagram. Next, I included the shop page, which just gives a look at all of the products and how I outlined them, the contact page, and the About Us page. So really just walking through the website, showing all of the aspects, showing everything that I did for them. And then I also highlighted my website. So again, it's just a screenshot of all of the different parts. And then all of these different blocks, I had to figure out how to realign the text, change the font again, change the appearance of it, change the color. I also had to make sure that everything was lined up to be centered. The blocks did not want to be centered at first, and I also had to resize all of them, change the resolution so that it would be full size so it wouldn't be pixely. So as you see here, it's a screenshot of the main page, the featured products, 2 little blurbs about me and the brand, another photo that I took and edited, a photo of me. Obviously, I didn't take that one. And then this is at the bottom of my main page. It is just some of my different social medias, and I did hand lettering. I took the photo and I edited the photo. I put here that the shop page is featured on this website already, so go ahead and refer to the apparel tab in the header bar, which I'll show you that now. So if you go to the apparel page, first I figured out how to animate that text that comes through. I'll refresh so you can see it again. So it goes from left to right, and I think that gives it a more dynamic feel. So it says, "Catch the light," and then "a Christian brand for those who feel at peace by the sea." And then you can shop directly on this website, or it can take you to the Catch the Light website. But I went ahead and uploaded all of my products from my website. So all of the information is in all of it, all of the categories, all of the photos, and all of the sizes available. As you can see, these are just the latest products. I do have closer to 40, so just highlighting a couple of my favorites, got the message across. Here are some of my favorites. And then you can see as I scroll down, we just have the main logo. If you click on resume, it takes you to just that. So first I have this yellow block with some cushioning on the side. I have all of my places that I've worked. And then switching the color so that the reader can differentiate between the two, I have the volunteer work that I've done. Again, from furthest away to most recent. And then we're back to the bottom. And that is about all for my website. I did want to take you through the plugins that I did. So if we go over to this page, you can see this is my HostGator WordPress dashboard. So I did use WooCommerce for all of my products. This is how I imported all of them. I was able to download a CSV file so that the products would come over, but then I manually went in and changed a whole lot of information. But this was what I used to get all of those products. And this was how I would manage orders and customers and the different status of all of the different shipments. But again, I'm not going to be using this, but I could. You can also see I used WP Social Ninja. This is how I went ahead and did my Instagram and Pinterest and TikTok to be directly on the website. And I'd be able to connect any of the others as well. Now, if we want to click on the digital diary tab, this takes you to the social media that I was just talking about. So this is my Instagram directly in here. It shows you the captions of each post if you hover over it. And then if you were to click on it, it does take you directly to the post on Instagram. And then you're able to see that as well. And then if you scroll down, this is the TikTok. Let me refresh the page so that everything loads. Maybe not. The Wi-Fi I'm on is not the best. But ideally, this right here would be my profile picture for Catch the Light. And then these two are videos. Let me see if I can change that real quick. Maybe that'll help us out here. It's thinking about it. Well, anyway, if you click on it, it does take you to the post. It takes you right to the post. Next, if you scroll down, it's another link to my Pinterest. And then again, just the tagline and the logo at the bottom. I did have a password on the website up until just a couple days ago so that if anyone clicked on it, they wouldn't be able to see what was going on. But I figured out how to take that off as well. And now it is live for everyone to see. So just again, it's edenlove.org. And here it is. Thank you so much for this opportunity and for all that I've gotten to learn in this class, and for your just patience and kindness through all of this. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. So thank you again, and I hope you enjoyed.